Before there was Fortnite, cell phones, or even Wi-Fi, there were the pyramids and cool looking circles with triangles and angles with ABC labeled on them because we always use those 3 letters for everything. Before all of that, if you wanted to make really cool shapes like this, then you had a compass, like that, and you had a straight edge, like that, and yeah, that was it. And they probably didn't have these measurements on them because sophisticated measuring systems didn't exist at that point. We actually did math for thousands of years without the number 0, so wrap your head around that, fun fact. But anyway, so pretend that this doesn't have numbers on it. This is just a straight edge that we're going to use and the constructions that we'll be working on in our other videos. But before we get to that, based on my experience in the classroom, that is a child screaming, but don't worry. Based on my experience in the classroom, we need to learn a little bit of compass etiquette because what I saw was pretty scary. So for this video, which we're going to call episode 0, we're going to go over some basic how-tos on how to use your compass. So first of all, you always want to hold your compass from the top. Okay, I'll show you that. This is actually the part that you're meant to hold the compass. I actually hold it at the top like this, and I'll talk more about that in a few minutes. You always place the pointer down first with as little pressure as possible, just enough so that it won't move. You want to lean the compass until the lead barely touches your paper. You don't want to hold it upright because that will make it very difficult to actually create your circles and your arcs, which is what the compass is for. And then the most important thing is that you rotate the paper. You don't actually move the compass. You hold it steady in your hand. And if you're right-handed, you're going to want to rotate it counterclockwise, which means like this. I hope I didn't make you dizzy. And if you're left-handed, I haven't forgot about the lefties, then you're going to rotate it clockwise, okay? And also, just a quick reminder, the arcs and the circles should be so light that they can be easily erased, okay? So these are our basic rules for using a compass. So let's go ahead and try this. So I'm going to get a little piece of scrap paper. All right, when you're practicing doing this at home, just use a bunch of scrap paper because you need to do it several times. It is a skill, all right? So until you create that muscle memory, some of your arcs might not be that pretty. So again, let's talk about how you're going to hold this, whether you're right-handed or left-handed. So I prefer to put my thumb on the top and my index and my middle finger on the back like that. So I've got a pretty decent grip on there. It's not going to go anywhere. When I put it on the paper, just to demonstrate, I'm going to close this because I don't want a huge circle for this. I'm going to put the pointer down first, and I'm going to apply just enough pressure so that I can kind of wiggle this a little bit and it doesn't move, okay? And if I go to rotate the paper, it doesn't move. But it's not a lot of pressure that I'm applying here. I don't know pounds per square inch to tell you, but it's very little pressure, just enough to hold that pointer to the paper. And I'm not going to hold my compass perfectly upright here, okay? We don't want the compass to be vertical. We want to lean the compass. So once I have my pointer on the paper, I'm going to lean the compass until the lead barely touches the paper, and then I'm going to rotate the paper to create my circle. And as you can see, my paper is gliding easily underneath the pencil. All right? If I apply too much pressure and my paper starts to like bow up on me like that, then that means that I'm pushing too hard on the lead. Okay? And notice this entire time that my pointer is not moving. Okay? Now, if you are left-handed, you're basically doing the same thing, but all of your movements are mirrored. Okay? So if you're left-handed, I am not left-handed, but I can do this with my left hand. Your pointer, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but the pointer should be closer to you. So I am over here, by the way. Hello, how are you? The pointer should be closer to you, the lead farther away, and that's true if you're right-handed as well. So again, the pointer is closer to me, the lead is further away. Same thing. You're going to put your thumb on the top and then your index and middle finger on the back, so you've got a good hold on it. I'm going to put the pointer down, and I'm going to apply enough pressure so that if I wiggle this guy a little bit, he's not going anywhere. And again, I'm not holding it straight up. I'm going to lean it so that the lead barely touches the paper, and notice that I'm rotating the other direction. Now I'm rotating the paper clockwise because this is going to feel much more natural for those of you who are lefties. Okay, so that is how you use the compass. And also, notice how light the markings on my paper are. These are very, very light. So if I wanted to erase these markings, which I would if I was making a more sophisticated drawing or perhaps even some artwork, you can make beautiful artwork with geometry. So if I erase this, it erases completely. All right, and just to demonstrate a non-example, let's get another piece of paper here, okay? If I were using my compass and I really wanted to grind it into the paper like that, and I go to erase, it doesn't go anywhere because I'm pushing way too hard, okay? So this is not what we want. This is a non-example, and if you're using this or you're doing this to your compass, then that's going to land you straight in math jail. So don't do that, okay? You don't want to be in math jail, all right? So again, quick review. Right-handed, thumb on top, 2 fingers in the back, pointer facing you, lead away. Pointer down first, lean the compass, rotate the paper. Notice I am not moving the compass. We're rotating the paper. Lefties, same thing. I don't know why I flipped the paper over, that doesn't matter. This is the left side of the paper, by the way, if you believe that. Pointer down, right? Pointer down, lean, rotate clockwise, okay? And if the paper is not gliding underneath your lead, then you're using too much pressure. All right, so that is how you use a compass.